Hello everyone, welcome to Map to Love with Katherine Nichole. I'm just going to scoot this a little bit. I was guided to do a reading looking deep into the shadows where deep desires surface. So we're going to use the Less Vampires cards to do a spread that is somewhat like the one in the booklet. I thought it would be fun to follow that during this time. So we're going to do 13 cards, and each card represents a different aspect of the path of the journey you've been on, and what's coming, what's being unlocked, what shadows are coming to the light, and what desires are surfacing. As always, I would encourage you to listen to this for yourself because you're guided to this to get something out of it. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest. But you can also look in viewing it as somebody else as well, important to you in your life to get a feel for what's been going on. Or you could look at this union, or look at this as a union reading. Like, what are the shadows of the union? What's being brought to the surface because I'm in union with this person, this twin flame, this soulmate, this divine partner, this family member, this friend. So just choose how you want to look at it. But we're gonna get going here. The Less Vampires cards. Now the veil is really thin right now, but time is an illusion. No matter when you listen to this, it's the perfect time for you to hear the messages that are going to come out. I really like Jasmine Beckett Griffith's artwork and what Lucy Cavendish has to say. And there's a lot of different card decks that they do, and this is the Less Vampires one. I thought it was very fitting for this. Okay, we're just going to shuffle a little bit more, and I'm going to pick 13 cards. I'm going to cut the deck and pick the top 13 cards that are highest and best for all of you. All right, Spirit, highest and best for the general collective. Okay. Okay, here we are. We're going to get started here. The first card is the darkness. Maybe what was happening with the dark night of the soul. Supernatural, inexplicable, miraculous, otherworldly. So what I'm feeling for you in this card is that the darkness really unlocked some incredible things in your life. Like as of supernatural, magical forces working through all of the shadows, the deep, dark depths of the soul, your fears, your regrets, the things that didn't work out, anxieties, sleepless nights, all of those lower vibration energies. By taking a look at those and going through this process, miracles are happening in your life. It's like other realms. You're being able to transcend and move through other realms of reality now. And so if you haven't gone through this process yet and you're listening to this is what's coming in, and I'm getting, the number 13, of course, is associated with the death card. So this is like been going on for 13 years, 13 weeks, 13 days. You've been in this process. Maybe you're moving through it in the next 13 days. Something about the number 13. And it won't apply to everybody, but it is the death card. So it's death and rebirth. So going through the darkness has given you the opportunity to rebirth into this new way of being, this new way of thinking, this new way of doing things that are so much easier than the old, so much easier than what you were taught or told what you were supposed to do and how you were supposed to behave. It's like breaking out of the box and no longer only living in the three-dimensional world. Like now it's like your gifts are being unlocked. You're connecting to the higher part of you, the all-knowing source energy part of you, and things are really moving smoothly now. Like bringing in like-minded people that think the same way. You're evolving, and so naturally you're going to attract different kinds of people, more high-vibrating relationships, partnerships into your life, friendships. The second card is the path's first test. So where were you tested? Okay, religion or spirituality. Yeah, you were tested in your faith. Like, what do you believe in? Do you believe everything that everyone's told you? Or are you going to take this key that the universe has given you and unlock the secrets of who you really are? So Spirit's really working with you and supernatural forces through you to help remind you of what the truth is. and what isn't the truth. And that's going to be different for each and every one of us, believe it or not. There's many pathways to the truth, and we all have lived different lives and chose different experiences to learn from. So this is about endings and new beginnings, okay? New beginnings in your spirituality, understanding who you really are, much like the Hierophant type card, like that oath you took, knowing what's right and wrong for you in your particular path, your destined path, and really taking charge of that and holding on to that knowledge and keeping it close to your heart, and only speaking and allowing people that you know you can trust that are of like mind. But right now, I feel like you're really relying a lot on and putting your faith in spirit, in source, which is beautiful. And that's where your trust lies, is your gut instinct, your intuition, that inner knowing that you just know what the truth is, and you know what the next steps are, and you know that the shadows, the contrast, the challenges are all part of the plan, so you can finally take this wisdom and move forward into new beginnings. So it was a test for your spirituality. What do I believe? What have I been told? What are my religious beliefs? That definitely was something that was very challenging to tap into that, because you maybe didn't have anyone in your life or never had that taught you about these things, but you know you have gifts. You know that you have psychic abilities and just knowing things, and your intuition's on point, and life really is magical, and those things are being unlocked within you. The third card is the obstacle and struggles, like where it was. Oh, seduction. Oh, yeah, perfect card. I mean, come on, perfect card. I'll just show you, I'll pick it up from the pile. But the perfect next card, yeah, being seduced. Seduced into old ways of thinking, patterns of behavior, codependencies, addictions. It can be anything. But, you know, addictions to substances, to people, to sex, to shopping, like whatever, gambling, whatever it is, but and manipulating other people, or allowing them to manipulate you into believing what they believe, what they think is the truth. You don't have to agree with everybody. You're not going to in this life. I don't think we're meant to. People are going to, like I said, have different perspectives based on what they know, where they're coming from. But you're leveling up spiritually in a big way. And this has been an obstacle and a struggle for you. Perhaps it still is, and that's what you're working through. And if this is, and you're working on that ego devil type, lower vibration, fear type energies that you had to dive deep in the darkness for, just remind yourself of how far you've come. Is it worth it? Is the risk I'm about to take worth the reward? If it feels like it is, then go for it. If that's something that you want, but don't let others seduce you into their way of thinking, into what they believe. It's time for you to take your power back, and you know your truth. And perhaps you do, I'm believing you do have highly seductive qualities within yourself that are wanting to come out. They don't necessarily have to be a shadow, okay? All these things that you think are your shadows and that hold you back, when you transform them into the light, when you bring them into the light and unlock this knowledge about that, you can use this to your advantage. It's okay to be sexy and be alluring in your personality. That's what great salesmen are, I feel like, and saleswomen, is they're very good at that seduction of talking you into things. It doesn't always mean sex, but it can be that. If you want to be that sexy siren or that godlike, beautiful creature out in the world, and because you're beautiful and you know you are, and you want to express yourself that way, go ahead. Nobody can tell you what to do or not to do. But as long as it's coming from a centered heart space, then those are the best decisions for you. Don't allow others to manipulate you, or let go of that manipulating energy of perhaps you have been manipulated, or you manipulated others in the past using your seduction, your sexual wiles, and you're moving through that like you're more than that. You're intelligent. You're emotionally intelligent. So now you have every tool in your tool belt to get what you want. And it's a more balanced approach, if that relates to you. Or you've been seduced by others, and you really don't want to have that happen anymore. So you're willing to do the work, doing the shadow work, diving deep. But I feel like your hidden desires here are that you like this aspect of you. And I want you to know that that's a healthy aspect. That red room style, that dominatrix type aspect of yourself is part of you. And it's okay to explore that. Just do it in a healthy way where, it's something fun and adventurous and a new sacred sexual experience. Okay, but this is manifestations coming in. Okay, 8, twin flame, soulmate, manifesting what you want. So this is coming in a balance. I just feel there's a balance here with the shadows. It's really coming into balance for you. Okay, let's see. The burden to leave behind. What's your burden to leave behind? The immortal, the consuming family, pressure appears. Okay, kind of what I was feeling earlier, like everything that people have told you, your family, peers, people around you, that you grew up in or you work with, or whomever it might be right now, your teachers, your friends, things like that. You'd like to distance yourself from them a bit so you can collect yourself and know what you really believe and what's really important to you. And you're tapping into the immortal part of you, right? Because our spirits, our souls are immortal. So you're tapping into that, which has been explained in the cards this whole time, leveling up spiritually. Things are being activated, wisdom. You're unlocking things about your ancestors, about your past, about who you really are, what you came here to do. And sometimes the pressure of other people to conform and be the super conservative person, but really you want to be a little wild and let that flow out of you, which is definitely okay and is part of you. You're finding it hard to really connect to your family, your friends, the people that have been close to you. You're evolving to this new place where you're outgrowing certain people. Certain people are agitating you because they just don't understand where you're at and they're not giving you credit and they're not respecting your spiritual path. They're pushing against you. So I feel it's time to take a little break, okay? This is what you're leaving behind, is leaving behind worrying about the past, worrying about what choices you've made, whatever. Coming to a balanced place so you can receive the blessings, filling your own cup, going within, letting go of social media and family members and friends and bothersome energy that's really just kind of sucking the life out of you, and coming to a place of balance within yourself and find that truth within yourself. Love yourself enough to fill your own cup and take a break is what I'm hearing during this process. Just leave behind the burdens. You don't have to carry it all for your entire family. You just don't. You just don't. Give yourself permission to let go of the past. And because your power is in now. The 5th card is the teacher in the dark. So who's leading you through the dark? Okay? You've got a teacher in the dark. Ooh, and you know who your teacher is that codependency, that addiction, that person that always seems to come back and influence you, that family member that makes you feel like you can't be the person that you are. They're preying on you, they're stalking you, invading your privacy, they're watching you, and you know this, you can feel it. So what's really important right now is this is teaching you something though. These are the shadows, those lower vibration energies, the seduction of the dark, of the fears, of the addictions, the codependencies, all of that are whispering in your ear somehow from someone of your past, someone in your life that you're really wanting to let go of, let die, walk away from, right? Just moving on. But you're feeling invaded by this. You're feeling really pressured by outside forces. That's why I say take time to go within. And I know that's hard sometimes, but stability is wanting to come out of the shadows, moving them, looking at them, facing them finally, letting go, speaking your truth, setting healthy boundaries. That's all going to move you forward into new stable beginnings. The angels are with you, helping you through this. But do not allow others to take your power. This is your teacher. They are your teacher. They are your mirrors to allow you to take your power back so you can live your life, because that's what you came here to do. Maybe you're a younger person moving out of the house and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to live my life for me. Or you're moving out of a marriage or relationship, or just your friends are just, you're realizing are just gossipy, or a work environment, whatever it is, you're feeling watched and like you're being invaded, like your personal space. And it's time to set healthy boundaries. Take your power back, call it back. No one or nothing has power over you. You have all of the power. The 6th card is the gift of the night. Okay, so that was the teacher. The teacher are those shadows. The gift is, holy crap, ecstasy? Yeah, I'm going to go through shadows all day long and face my fears. Because coming out on the other side, your gift is ecstasy. I want you to think about that for a minute. ecstasy. What does ecstasy, what is bliss, what does complete and utter ridiculous happiness mean to you? That's what you're bringing in to your life by leaving the past behind. Allowing yourself to heal. Look at all this green energy. You know, I wore a green shirt for this reading and today because I feel like a lot of people are wanting that heart healing energy, to feel that unconditional love, to express unconditional love, to transform into a life where you're surrounded by and filled with love. This is transformation. This is a rebirth, healed, restored, back to balance, back to you. That's what's happening now. That's why all of this has happened so far, is so that you can finally heal and break free and fly and rebirth into new life. A life that's filled with ecstasy in all areas that you can imagine. Beautiful, loving, generous, kind, comforting. It's time. 9s are a highly spiritual number. Because you're evolving spiritually and you're doing the work, you are going to be gifted with ecstasy. Ecstasy. Let's just put ecstasy on top of supernatural ecstasy that I just heard in my head. Supernatural ecstasy is not like any other ecstasy that you've ever felt in your life. Whoa. That's a beautiful gift of the night. What will serve you is the next card. What will serve you? Burnt by the sun, ambition, extension, reach. Okay, maybe, perhaps some of you are feeling burnt out. To me, this is a 10, right? Like 10 of wands. Like I'm burnt out. I'm burnt by the masculine sun. So for some divine feminines out there, you've been burnt one time after another. And you're like, I'm having a hard time seeing the clarity here, but I feel like it's coming in. Like the burns that you have acquired, the things that haven't worked out, that rubbed you the wrong way, that hurt you, that bruised you, have made you stronger. And now it's a 10 under a 10. So this is 10-10. It's time for the ending of certain cycles in your life so that you can really birth into these new beginnings of ecstasy. Okay? Burnt by the sun. So it's time to connect to what you really want, what makes you feel ambitious, extending yourself spiritually out into the world to create your legacy is what I'm hearing. Reaching far and wide for the truth, for the growth, asking for help, asking for spiritual guidance, reaching out to people in the spiritual community that you know you can trust, and unlocking those supernatural powers so that you can overcome the hurt and pain of the past. What will test you? So this is what will serve you. I'm telling you, all of these things that you've been through, all the experiences that you have are serving you right now for this rebirth, because now you're stronger. Now you're wiser. Now you've more clearly defined what you want and you've set your healthy boundaries, or you're setting them now. You're filling your own cup, knowing how important that is, feeling good on your own, transforming into this beautiful new life. And so the gift really is in doing the work and looking at all of those aspects of yourself so that you can birth into this new life. Okay, what will serve you and what will test you? No, wait. This is what will serve you, the gift, ecstasy. What's going to test you? How are you, and what's going to test you? But I feel like this is the 9th card. I'm sorry, I got to get the numbers right because that's bothering me. No, it's the 8th. I'm having a little bit of a fuzziness lately, like some at times, and I'm not going to blame like retrograde or anything like that because I don't do that. But energetically, I don't know if you've all been feeling it, but I kind of feel like I've been grounding myself a lot more often. So that would be my advice to you during this time. If you're feeling out of like a little bit off balance during this process, ground yourself, get out in nature. And here's all the birds like singing to you to speak your truth. Get that creative voice out there, okay? Some things might test you. And this is another 10. So I want you to really look to that, like the 10, 10, 10. That's going to mean something to someone out there, the numbers, but you start seeing 10s, yeah, you're shifting into a new reality. Unexpected endings, surprise changes, and sudden shifts. So this is going to test you. This is you're going to be pushed all, kind of, or you have been and you've already been experiencing this. Please comment. I would love to hear about it. But it's like you're going to be pushed and pulled in so many different directions. Maybe that's why I was a little hazy, that sometimes you just need to take a break and you need to ground yourself and you need to bring yourself to a centered heart space during these changes, during these endings, because we've got 10, 10, 10 on the board. It's necessary. These shifts, these little tower moments, the storm blowing through, whatever it might be, they're going to be delightful surprises in the end, but they might shake up your world a little bit because you thought you were going one direction and then all of a sudden you're going another direction in work, career, relationships, whatever it may be, your spiritual path. What you're unlocking on this spiritual journey, really tapping into who you are, is going to change the direction that you're going in life, in some aspect. So just be ready for that if it hasn't happened yet. And if you're ready and you're balanced and you're stable, it's much easier to move through the challenges, to move through the changes, knowing that on the other side, you're going to be blessed with ecstasy. I mean, beautiful, beautiful ecstasy. How to recover. Be the hunter. Go after it. And look at change. What did I say? Change. This is blessed changes. Blessed changes are coming. And how you recover is you take your power back and you assert yourself. You be assertive. Okay? Be the one that's paying attention. Be the one that's focused on what you want. And don't allow others or anything else to get in the way of what you know is rightfully yours. What you know is your truth, speaking your truth. And perhaps you're becoming the provider. You're the one that's going to provide for your family. You're the one that's going to keep track of everything, because you're not going to let somebody get you put you off balance and burn you again. So you're taking control of your life, no matter if you're male or female, man or woman, whatever. You're taking control of your life. And you're becoming the hunter. Like, what do I want in my life? What are my secret desires and fantasies? And it's like, I'm going to make them all come true because I have the power to make this come true. I don't need to rely on anybody else. I don't need to worry about what everyone else is doing. It's time for me to rebirth. It's time for me to go. See, that's the seductor or seductress in you. Go after it. Get a little wild. Maybe you're listening to this before Halloween. You're going to get dressed up in some sexy outfit and just go have some fun. And don't worry about what other people are thinking about you. Obviously, depending on what, job you're in and stuff, you want to, maybe want to keep wild things off social media for sure. But I mean, this is you tapping into that inner you. This is you transformed the shadows into the light by taking charge of your life, by speaking your truth, allowing yourself to heal, stepping away from things that aren't serving you. This is you balancing the shadows into the light, knowing what they mean now, using them wisely for the benefit of all parties involved. Yes, I like it. The greatest lesson here. Woohoo! Talk about being a badass. This is you. Badass you. Birthing into whatever life you want. Painting the world whatever color you want in whatever way you want. Obviously for highest and best is what I'm talking about. But this is that seductress in you. This is that, dominatrix, taking charge of your life. Standing in your power. A risk taker, a rule breaker. Ending things that are not serving you. Leveling up spiritually. Tapping in. Look at that. Power, magic, is being activated within you. I mean, that's really what I'm feeling. And you really are taking charge of your life. And maybe you are a little bit of a loner, a risk taker, or you've always wanted to be that way. And some rules are meant to be broken. They just are. And look at you being the sexy you and not listening to anybody else anymore. And I don't care what. Look at the same eyes. Look at that. But they're even like more white because now your shadows have been transformed into the light, and you are the light. You are the light. Look at that. They were already starting to transform by you stepping away from whatever's not serving you, these people whispering in your ears, these addictions, these codependencies. When you move away, fully transformed into full balance, standing in your power. It's amazing, the energy that I'm feeling right now. Amazing right now. 11th card is The end begins. Oh, yes! The hunter, the anti-hero, the step outside of the box, the outsider, the misfit, the loner, the wanderer is what I was feeling. And this is leveling, having the opportunity to level up to mastership. 22 is a master number. Mastering your craft, mastering your reality, taking charge of your life, knowing that you have the power to create and nobody is going to get in your way, heavily protected by spirit. Wow, this is a really powerful, when you end these things, those endings that are happening or been happening or will happen is your new beginning into a brand new world where you can have anything you want and you're living in a state of ecstasy. No joke. And it's okay to be the outsider. That's okay. Step out, be uniquely you. Your unique gifts and talents and your perception and your healing abilities and your gifts are much needed in this world. It's time to begin. And the next card is the birth of the light. The birth of the light. Love conquers all. Enduring loyalty, eternal love, lasting commitment. Oh my God, I have the chills all over my body. My head is tingling. This is what you're moving into by stepping into your power and taking charge of your life, is eternal love. That person, that divine partner that you've been manifesting is coming into your life. And you know now, you get it. You're like, ha. Yes, so it's time to be the god or goddess that you are and step into that power and let the world see you in that way, because you're attracting your divine partner. It's this knowing they're very protective, very wise, always going to be by your side, always got your back. And this is that a 6 that I was feeling earlier, the like ending things from the past. And when you do that, blessings from the past come in. Things that you've been working on, feeling at peace, feel that unconditional love that I talked about here, transforming and healing your heart space, being filled with and surrounded with unconditional love when you birth into this new life. That's exactly what this card is saying. And then you invite the love of your life to come in. Loving every aspect, that's ecstasy. Spiritually evolved, mentally and emotionally balanced, intelligent in all aspects. You know, just this inner knowing and this love, this bliss, this happiness, this good health, good fortune, abundance, everything. Beautiful, beautiful transformation that's happening in your life. And it's a new time, okay? This is a new time. This is the 13th card, and holy crap, you cannot make this shit up. The 13th card for the new beginning, for the rebirth, and this is eternal youth. Whoa. Energy, newness, vitality, brand new beginnings. I am so glad and thankful that Spirit had me do this reading. 10, 10, 10, bam, new beginnings. Start all over again. Walk the path of the fool, surrounded by people who support you, surrounded and living within this unconditional love and with the partner of a lifetime, your twin flame, your soulmate, your divine partner, whatever, maybe just a really good friend you're going to spend time with, whatever it is to you, whatever you've been manifesting, it's coming. So you stepping outside of the box and allowing yourself to transform, no matter what anyone else says or what anyone else thinks, you're going to transform all of this darkness, all of these shadows, and all your desires. Like, I feel from you that you have a strong desire to activate and really tune into your psychic abilities and your magical powers, and you're co-creating with spirit, and you're getting an understanding of that, and you don't have to stay stuck anymore. And it's like taking charge and really going after it. You're going to be really abundant in the material world, abundant in your relationships, and it's very satisfying life is what I'm feeling, because you're stepping outside of the box. Just really satisfying. Be the badass that you are. I mean, you are. You're a badass. This is awesome reading. And you know what? There's more, because we're just going to see now if we're talking about And I intended to use the Tarot of Sexual Magic in this reading to clarify, because I really was feeling like whether it's the sacred sexual union within yourself, tapping into that seductor, what you like and what fantasies you have and those desires within you. We're going to get a little more information on new beginnings then in that aspect. Or what can you tell me about the sacred sexual union with yourself and with another? Highest and best for the general collective here. Temperance. Your desire, your hidden desires being unlocked is bringing yourself into balance, and the shadows and the light mixing together, creating ecstasy. A freedom to express yourself sexually in the way that you've always wanted to. The beautiful goddess within mixed with that, those lusty, hidden fantasies and desires that you've always had, mixing, feeling so good, coming into balance. Look at that, the Tower. That's what I'm talking about, the 10-10-10, the things that are changing. Okay, perhaps you were in a situation where you decided to go with another partner and you've been dealing with all this crazy energy of this person being in your ear and angry with you and all of that stuff. And it was your breaking moment to finally be with the person that you were meant to be with. Or, maybe it's not another person, just because this card is sexual in nature doesn't mean it was third party, but for some of you it was. And that's what you're letting go of, and you're letting go of this codependency to whoever this person is and moving on with someone else, or just moving on by yourself. But this could also be, a tower for anything in your life, work related, money related, family related. But that's that energy that I was feeling just in your ear and telling you what to do. And perhaps for some of you, this is going to resonate like you're of a particular religion or spiritual background, ethnicity, and the person you want to be with is with a different group, a different ethnicity, and your family has a problem with that. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Age doesn't matter. Color doesn't matter. It matters who the person is, and everyone has beauty within them, everyone. And if whoever you're attracted to, whoever feels like a divine partner, a soulmate, someone that can benefit your life for you, it's up to you to decide that. It's not up to your family or anybody else in your life to tell you what to do and not to do. And look at this, 4 swords, needing to take a rest. Like I said, people have been forcing you. I feel like forcing a relationship to, telling you that you have to stay with this person because you committed to them and you're married to them and whatever, someone that's happening. It's like, you just want to take a break. Quit trying to force me to do things that I don't want to do. I'm going to close my mouth now and I'm going to block you off sexually because I don't want you anymore. I don't want you bothering me in my life, just depending on who it is. But I don't want this. I just want to take a break. My God, leave me alone. I'm feeling that for someone. And this is like that Tower moment where you set your boundaries and you desire to come into balance. So you take charge in whatever way that is. Don't give yourself away to someone who you don't want to give yourself away to. You have the power to change your mind and to speak your truth and to let go of those energies. But I feel like you've been feeling forced in a job, forced to stay because it's a paycheck and it's stability. Whatever it is, it's moving away from that, taking a rest, meditating, going within. And this is what you're manifesting. Your ships to come in. Being with the person that you want to be with. Look at these red strings around their legs. This is fated. This is a fated, destined union that is available to you. That if it's not in the physical yet, you can feel this person energetically, or perhaps you've already connected to them and when you're working out these details. But this is once you set your boundaries and you unlock this and you allow yourself to heal and transform into this new life, you're coming into a beautiful partnership of working together. Very passionate, very spiritual, very creative, and it's fated and destined, no doubt. Look at that. Fated and destined. 11-11. The 4 of Wands. Need I say more? Enjoying one another. Being comfortable with another. Going outside in nature. Hiking. Being together. And perhaps, getting naked on a swing. I mean, why not? That's that eternal youth. Going back to how you felt when you were younger, nurturing that inner child within, having fun, playing. Sex doesn't always have to be so serious, and maybe you were taught that it is, and you only give yourself away in certain, and it has to be this way, and it has to be this time, this many times a week. I don't know. I feel like someone's been on a regimen, and it's time to free yourself from that. Free yourself from those self-imposed limitations or limitations that you allowed others to put on you, and break free. Find your stability within yourself, and that's when you're going to have this divine partner come in. This is very stable. This is your ecstasy. Your ecstasy. Coming together with the person you were meant to be with. And look at the bottom of the deck. They said, look at the bottom. See the underlying energy right now? I mean, it's coming together with your divine partner. Having stability, because this is all about meditation, right? Taking a break, having your own time, and then being together, and you're going to have fun. You're going to go on adventures, and it's just going to be wildly romantic and passionate. It's very beautiful. But, first we have to allow the tower. You have to let go of the old, right? But this is that love. Love conquers all. So this is fated and destined. This is eternal love. It transcends physical life, okay? This transcends physical life. This opportunity of a lifetime for new beginnings with your partner, or a new partner coming in, is going to be abundant. What did I say? Look at how giant that pentacle is. And this is the Ace of Pentacles. So an opportunity coming in work-wise that can lead you to be able to be, we had in the cards in here, a provider taking charge, like you're going to be the provider. Let's see. I feel like I got to find it now. No. Where's the provider? Over here somewhere. Well, I know there was one, and I'm going to find it eventually. But there was a provider card in here where I said, here it is. The hunter, being the provider. So this is an opportunity coming in, a raise, a promotion, a new way to make money, a gift, maybe something from a family member, but it's able to have the money to buy the ring, to buy the house, to do whatever it is the next thing, but money coming in for sure. And you're going to be able to be the provider if that's what you're, if you're going off into singlehood and you're a single parent, you can provide. You're going to be able to there's going to be a way to provide. It's going to lead you to your divine partner is what I'm hearing. And if you are moving into a relationship and moving into this union, you're going to be able to provide. Everything's going to be provided for. And this is a golden opportunity that's coming your way right now. Okay? Golden opportunities during this time of change, during this looking deep at our emotions, understanding them. That emotional intelligence that you're gaining is the key to everything, is the key to unlocking the next parts of your life, to unlocking the door to this ecstasy, to this transformation, to this new, beautiful life. We're going to use the oracles of the shadow and light to get an ending message for who's ever listening to this. Advice from Spirit, just any messages that Spirit has, please. One card that's highest and best for the general collective. Okay, that was it. Wow, there we go. Ghost people. Faceless ghosts and the haunted girl. 34 adds up to a 7. Spiritual lessons, and the whole time we're doing this supernatural, you're evolving spiritually, unlocking your magical gifts, so it makes sense. Okay, these are spiritual lessons that you're learning that are leading you to the next steps. This is your advice. Okay, maybe perhaps people that ghosted you before are going to start coming back because they're going to see how things are working out for you. For someone, that's going to ring true. So be discerning of who you let in your life. Make sure you set those healthy boundaries, because I am feeling someone from the past that could be just leeching onto you to ride your wave of fame. It's not going to be for everybody, so don't, but if you feel that way and you feel uncomfortable around that person, definitely take a deeper look at that. But for everyone else, it's like you're understanding things better. The things of the past, the people who you let go of out of your life, or who let go of you, and there was a reason for that, and you're gaining spiritual lessons because of them, because of that experience. We are going to read The Haunted Girl Speaks. These faceless ones are coming to me, trying to take advantage of what they see as my moment of weakness, but I do not fear them, as I know they are blank, formless, and simply taking on the energy they can find. I know who I am, and I clearly see that they do not. They are simply spirits who have lost their way, and so they feed off others. I may not be at my strongest at this time, but I am stronger than they will ever be. They will not feed off of me, for I know who they are and what it is they seek. I do not wish them harm, but neither will I give my energy away to them. I will also warn you to do the same. Wow, this is a beautiful way to tie this whole reading together. You may seem in need of help to people who actually have an agenda at the moment. People around you are acting like experts and supporting each other in a group mindset and wanting you to join them for your own good, despite your misgivings, of course. They either do not have fully formed identities or they are too easily taken on the beliefs and ideas of a powerful other. You may be asked to join with others in their beliefs and be alarmed at the mindset and belief system that seems very blank and faceless, devoid of human joy and warmth. It is wise for you to keep your own counsel, remain detached, and wait for the faceless ones to reveal themselves. They will change when an even more powerful person for them to attach to comes along. Know that until they find their own selves and commit to following that path, they will be as blank pages, written upon whatever hand comes near them. Do not be like this. Make your own mark on this world. There could be imitation taking place where your work and ideas or even your personality are being copied too closely. So this is trusting yourself, setting those healthy boundaries, making sure that you're moving forward on what makes your heart happy and what makes you feel joyful and creative and abundant. Stepping outside of the box and allowing yourself to spread your wings and birth into this new life. Beautiful things are coming for you. Pay attention to your dreams, your visions, the signs and synchronicities, because it is leading you on your way. I appreciate all of you so very much, and I love you all.